Throughout history, some battles have gone down in legend, not just because of their outcomes, but because of the courage, ingenuity, and leadership of those involved, and because of the sheer stakes. From ancient clashes of great kings and emperors to modern feats of endurance in brutal urban combat, today we're talking about battles that changed maps and had a decisive impact on modern culture. Here are 20 of the most epic battles in history that everyone should know about. Number 1. The Battle of Marathon. The Battle of Marathon was arguably the most notable battle in the Greco-Persian Wars between 499 and 449 BC. Despite being vastly outnumbered by the Persians, the Greeks came out victorious, preserving the independence of their city-states and going on to influence Western civilization with their philosophy. Number 2. The Battle of Gaugamela. The Battle of Gaugamela saw Alexander the Great facing off against King Darius III of Persia. Alexander secured a stunning victory over the Persians despite being badly outnumbered. As a result of this victory, Alexander brought the Achaemenid Empire under Greek control. Number 3. The Battle of Thermopylae. Yes, we're going heavy on the Greeks early into this list, and the Persians too. The Battle of Thermopylae was one of the most legendary in history, pitting King Leonidas of Sparta and a small alliance of other Greek city-states head-to-head with the Persian king Xerxes I. The Persian army numbered an estimated 100 to 150,000 strong, while the Greek forces amounted to just 7,000 soldiers, including 300 elite Spartan warriors. The Greeks were overrun after holding off the Persians for 2 days, but their heroic stand bought the rest of Greece time to prepare. Number 4. The Siege of Alesia. The Siege of Alesia during the Gallic Wars saw Julius Caesar and his army defeat the Gauls despite being outnumbered by at least 30,000 men. Caesar was able to gain the upper hand by utilizing fortifications and traps strategically and forcing surrender through a siege of attrition. Number 5. The Battle of Cannae. The Battle of Cannae in 216 BC was one of the most decisive and legendary battles in the Second Punic War, fought between the Carthaginians and the Romans. The Carthaginian forces, led by Hannibal and a cavalry that included war elephants, were vastly outnumbered by Roman forces, but they won a crushing victory anyway, humiliating the Romans, who suffered massive losses. It was the most traumatic defeat in Roman history. Number 6. The Battle of Tours. The Battle of Tours is one of the most significant battles of the Middle Ages and helped to shape modern Europe. The Battle of Tours featured the Christian Franks fighting against Muslim invaders. Relying on their discipline and armor, the Christians were able to repel Muslim forces, ending the spread of Islam into Western Europe. Number 7. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 is one of the most famous battles in English history. Norman forces, led by William, Duke of Normandy, crossed the English Channel to invade England, going head-to-head with the Anglo-Saxons, who were defeated. As a result of this battle, William became King of England, known to history as William the Conqueror. Number 8. The Battle of Hattin. The Battle of Hattin was a decisive conflict during the Crusades. The Crusaders were trying to defend Jerusalem and maintain control over the Holy Land, but they were overwhelmed by the Muslim army led by Saladin, changing the balance of power in the region. Number 9. The Siege of Orleans. The Siege of Orleans between 1428 and 1429 was a pivotal battle during the 100 Years' War between Britain and France. English forces tried to capture the city of Orleans, but were repelled by French forces, including reinforcements led by the 17-year-old Joan of Arc. Number 10. The Battle of Vienna. As part of the Great Turkish War, the Battle of Vienna was a major conflict between the Ottomans and European forces. The Europeans, despite being outnumbered, managed to hold off the Ottomans with their strong cavalry, halting their expansion into Central Europe. Number 11. The Battle of Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo was the conflict that ended Napoleon Bonaparte's rule and reshaped Europe. The French army tried to invade Waterloo in modern-day Belgium, but was repelled by a coalition of British, Dutch, Belgian, and German troops, who secured a decisive victory. So decisive, in fact, that the word Waterloo has become a byword for defeat. Number 12. The Siege of Yorktown. The Siege of Yorktown was a pivotal event in the American Revolutionary War, effectively ending the war and earning the United States its independence. George Washington, with the support of French General Rochambeau, encircled British forces, bombarding them until they were forced to surrender. Number 13. The Battle of Badr. The Battle of Badr saw Muslim forces led by the Prophet Muhammad himself gain victory over the Quraysh of Mecca despite being vastly outnumbered. This victory solidified the Prophet Muhammad's influence and marked a turning point in Islamic history. Number 14. The Siege of Constantinople. The Siege of Constantinople in 1453 effectively ended the 1,000-year Byzantine Empire and marked the rise of Ottoman influence in Europe. The Ottomans marched into Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, with 80,000 men, breaching the city's massive walls and overwhelming the Byzantine defenders. Number 15. The Battle of Supeng. One of the most decisive conflicts of the Chinese Civil War in the 1940s, the Battle of Supeng marked the turning point that led to the establishment of the People's Republic of China, that is, China as we know it today. The battle saw the Chinese Communist Party securing a decisive victory over the Kuomintang and the elimination of over 550,000 Kuomintang troops. Number 16. The Battle of Boyaca. The Battle of Boyaca was a major turning point in the Latin American Wars of Independence in 1819. It saw revolutionary forces led by Simón Bolívar clashing with Spanish colonial troops in modern-day Colombia, completely overwhelming them and solidifying the region's independence from Spain. Number 17. The Battle of Cajamarca. The Battle of Cajamarca in 1532 signified the collapse of the Inca Empire. Spanish colonial forces opened fire on the Incas, who were unarmed or poorly armed compared to their European counterparts. The Inca were quickly overwhelmed, opening the door for the Spanish conquest of South America. Number 18. The Battle of Trafalgar. The Battle of Trafalgar was a naval conflict during the Napoleonic Wars in the early 19th century. In this clash, the British Navy defeated the combined fleets of France and Spain, asserting British naval dominance in the region for over a century. Number 19. The Battle of Adwa. The Battle of Adwa in 1896 was the battle that ensured Ethiopia's sovereignty from invading Italian forces. Ethiopian troops encircled the poorly coordinated and outnumbered Italians, securing a decisive victory and becoming a symbol of African resistance to European colonization. And number 20. The Battle of Stalingrad. The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the most decisive battles of World War II. When the Germans tried to invade the city of Stalingrad, the Soviets surprised them with a massive counteroffensive, which saw civilians and soldiers alike fiercely defending the city, forcing the Germans to surrender. It was Germany's first major defeat of the war, and many people see it as the turning point. That's it for this video. If you found it entertaining and informative, consider subscribing to History Snob for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.